I swear to you, gentlemen, when your actions, your intentions, your will, and your thoughts are pure and aligned, the world itself becomes open for your complete conquest. Life bends to the man who knows exactly what he wants and moves with purpose. It's not as complicated as people pretend. It's actually simple to become rich, to attract beautiful women, to drive any car you desire, to go anywhere without fear. No one dares to interfere when your energy is built on truth and discipline. You become untouchable, unstoppable, ultimately powerful. The reality is, the best day of most people's lives doesn't even match my average Tuesday. I wake up surrounded by luxury, I train outside under the sun, I make money while I move, and I eat like a king. Yet at no point do I stop and glorify it. It's just another day, another product of alignment and consistency. In the middle of all this, people love to repeat the lie that money doesn't make you happy. That's what the rich told the poor to keep them quiet. Have you ever seen a rich man willingly give away all his money? Of course not. They say it only to keep you comfortable in your struggle. But the truth is, when your intention is strong and your work is real, wealth, success, and happiness follow naturally. You are not born to be ordinary, you are born to conquer. All it takes is honesty with yourself, unbreakable will, and the courage to chase what's yours. When your purpose is true, the world surrenders, guys. Money is easy. Women are easy. The life you dream about is easy once you understand that everything comes down to one thing: loving the process. You have to fall in love with the work itself. Fall in love with being good at what you do, with showing up every single day, with getting it done no matter how you feel. Success doesn't require magic, it requires discipline. The most consistent men in the world are the luckiest, because the more you try, the more chances life gives you. You can't predict a lucky day, but if you show up daily, you'll never miss one. In the middle of all this, most people fail because they chase motivation instead of mastery. They wait for the perfect mood to work, the perfect moment to start, and that moment never comes. Winners don't wait, they act. They don't miss days, they don't slack off, and they don't make excuses. That's what separates them from the rest. Every small effort compounds. Every day you show up builds the life others only talk about. Then eventually you'll realize it was never really hard. It only required consistency and refusing to be lazy. When you commit to doing what needs to be done properly, passionately, and without hesitation, everything begins to fall in place. You'll attract the respect, the wealth, and the opportunities you deserve. Because in life, you don't get what you wish for, you get what you've earned through relentless effort. So fall in love with the grind, fall in love with progress itself. That's how you make the impossible look easy. Yeah, burning out is one of the best things that can happen to a man. Society teaches you to rest, recover, and take it easy, but that weak mindset destroys your potential. When you feel exhausted, that's the point where real growth begins. Most people avoid hardship. They run toward comfort, not realizing that comfort kills ambition. But true greatness is born from chaos, not calm. When you reach that point where you can barely breathe, when your body wants to quit but your mind refuses, that's when you discover who you truly are. Men's in the middle of this struggle, you'll see how strong you've actually become. Burnout strips away all distractions. It reveals your values and direction. It forces you to decide what really matters. The man who keeps pushing despite the pain learns more about himself in 1 week than others do in a lifetime. Most of you have never met your limits because you quit before they appear. You talk about recovery when you've done nothing worth recovering from. You don't need rest, you need purpose. Bend suffering gives you direction. It sharpens your focus and forces you to evolve. Every challenge, every setback, every sleepless night, they are all shaping you into something unstoppable. The world doesn't reward comfort, it rewards endurance. So push yourself until it hurts, and then push harder. Because pain isn't the enemy, it's the teacher. Through suffering, you earn respect, power, and legacy. You weren't born to live easy, you were born to endure, to rise, and to conquer. Embrace the pain, it's the fire that forges greatness. Happiness and success begin with mastering your own mind. The richest men aren't happy because of money, they are rich because they learned how to stay happy and focused no matter what happens. Life will throw chaos, pressure, and unexpected problems at you. But if you can control your emotions, nothing can truly control you. The moment you realize that your mind is your greatest weapon, you stop being a victim of circumstances. You decide when to smile, when to stay calm, and when to fight back. But in the middle of struggle, most people lose focus. They let fear, anxiety, or sadness dictate their actions. But the man who keeps his mind steady under stress becomes unshakable. You can't control the world, but you can control your reaction to it, and that's where true power lies. The problems you face are not punishments, they are training sessions from God. Every challenge you overcome builds your mental armor and strengthens your faith. The world doesn't reward emotions, it rewards control. When you remain centered while everything around you falls apart, you rise above the noise. You stop being reactive and start being strategic. You begin to see opportunity where others see disaster. Remember, you are not defined by what happens to you. You're defined by how you handle it. Control your mind and you control your destiny. Problems no longer break you, they shape you. Keep your faith strong, your focus sharp, and your emotions disciplined. That is how kings think. That is how legends are built. Your success in life is directly connected to the amount of stress you can handle. The more pressure you can endure, the higher you rise. Look at machines, cars, or jets. Their speed and performance depend on how much resistance they can handle without breaking. The same rule applies to men. The greater your capacity for stress, the greater your potential for success. Most people collapse when life starts pushing back, but the real ones, the top performers, use that resistance as fuel. Being dilemma in the middle of the storm when others start complaining, the strong stay calm. They understand that stress is not punishment, it's preparation. Every test builds tolerance. Every difficulty increases endurance. The difference between winners and quitters is simple. Winners keep going when the pressure becomes unbearable. Stress is a signal that you're playing at a higher level. It means the world is testing if you're worthy of the reward. When life gets heavy, don't seek escape, seek growth. Remind yourself that diamonds form under pressure, not in comfort. The man who avoids stress stays weak. The man who embraces it becomes unstoppable. You must become the kind of person who thrives under pressure, who performs best when everything's on the line. Because the higher you climb, the more resistance you'll face, and that's proof you're on the right path. And so don't fear stress, master it, let it shape your focus, your courage, and your drive. The stronger your mind becomes under tension, the more power you gain over life itself. Strength isn't built in peace, it's forged in pressure. Every man has demons, anxiety, depression, fear, doubt. Most people run from them or sit in therapy rooms trying to silence them. But the truth is, your demons are not your weakness, they are your power. The difference between those who win and those who quit is how they use that darkness. I don't get rid of my demons, I command them. I make them work for me. When anxiety shows up, I turn it into energy. When depression creeps in, I turn it into drive. That's how I conquer. In the middle of chaos, weak men complain. They search for sympathy, cry about problems, and hope someone will save them. But no one's coming. The world doesn't care about your sadness. Your only option is to use that pain as motivation. Get angry, not at life, but at your own weakness. Channel that anger into effort, into focus, into becoming unstoppable. Anxiety, depression, OCD, all these conditions can be turned into your greatest allies if you learn to direct them. Plain diendas. When I say I have anxiety, I mean it fuels me to wake up earlier, work harder, and fight stronger. I've turned my demons into soldiers. They work under my command. That's why I win. You must learn to take control of your emotions, not by escaping them, but by mastering them. Turn your pain into progress. Turn your fear into fire. Every dark part of you can become the weapon that destroys mediocrity. Your demons are not here to break you. They are here to build you. Let them push you forward, and you'll realize that even your darkness can serve your destiny.